What up, everybody? It's your boy DTLF back with another video, man. We got a brand new segment for you guys. It's called Around the League Live with yours truly, DTLF, man. Super hype. We're going to take an in-depth, closer look at Around the League, everybody, Lakers included. If you guys have questions, we will be answering them. I will be opening up phone lines again. So that's coming up in future segments as well. Make sure you guys hit the sub button if you already haven't. But yeah, let's kick it off, guys. How y'all feeling today? I will still be doing pregame. Got a brand new setup, so everything's gonna be more professional, man. Looking forward to just dropping major content with you guys. What's up, big baby? What's up, bro? Major content coming to you guys in this here very channel. Yes, this is still primarily a Lakers channel, but we will be taking, like I said, an in-depth, closer look from time to time at teams around the league because I've been watching basketball games, and let me tell you, it has been fun. I've been wanting to share the joy with you guys and just the excitement for the NBA being so exciting this year, especially after the recent trade with James Harden. Anyways, let's kick things off, guys, with our very first topic of conversation. That's right, Colin Sexton. I know you guys seen that, right? You guys seen that. Colin Sexton went off in overtime last night, defeating the Brooklyn Nets and spoiling Kyrie Irving's debut. They defeated the Brooklyn Nets 147-135. So, the Cleveland Cavaliers, what a shocker. Seriously, I didn't expect that at all. Did you guys catch that? Did you guys actually catch that game? And a lot of people are saying, the Nets are a joke and all that good stuff. But here's the thing, and this is my problem with the Nets. They gave up 22 in overtime to Colin Sexton. Now, we all know that's a problem because the Nets don't have defense. They traded away Jared Allen. They traded away some of their better perimeter defenders as well. Spencer Dinwiddie's still injured. So, oof. My goodness, he cooked it. My friends were over, and I so happened to be, tuning into the game in the fourth quarter, and we witnessed it, and it was a beautiful thing. Colin Sexton is having a heck of a year, by the way. He's actually averaging 27 points per game. And shout out to my dog, Larry Nance, man, big-time defensive plays down the stretch of that game. But I couldn't believe that the Nets, right, this brand new team gave up 22 points, not 15, not 10, 22 points. To one player. He went off. I think he scored 20 straight to Colin Sexton, and he ended up with 42 points. Here it is, 42 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, completely obliterating the Nets, which leads to my next question. Do the Nets need to trade for more depth? Well, they need to put Kyrie Irving on the trade block. A lot of people be talking about it. What's up, Elijah? What's up, bro? What's up, Rody? I can still read you guys' comments, so that's the good news. You guys can still drop donations. And matter of fact, when you drop donations now, I will highlight the comment and the whole chat will be able to see it. What's up, brother? Doing good. Brand new segment around the league, man. We're taking a closer look at everybody. But right now we're talking about this. Will the Nets need to trade Kyrie Irving for more depth? Now, question number one is, can they trade Kyrie Irving? Because we know that Kyrie has been a very polarizing player early in the season. I mean, he's been that his whole career. But early in the season, my man's already not showing up to the games and just I can't believe it. I can't believe what a poor start he got off with a brand new franchise, considering the fact that, he just went to the Brooklyn Nets, right? He's supposedly looking to be a leader. Another thing I noticed from last night's game, if you guys didn't watch it, I'm here to just give you the rundown. Kyrie Irving took the most shots out of all 3 of them. So he's definitely not taking a back seat by the looks of it. And James Harden only ended up with 14 shots or something like that. So we're gonna have some issues over there. Hey, what's up, T? Welcome back. We're gonna have some issues over there in Brooklyn sooner rather than later. Right now they're happy, they're smiling. It's just one game. Nobody's really taking that loss serious except for the rest of the world, but they aren't. And they probably think, hey, we'll be straight, right? First game jitters, got it out the way. But the bottom line is that their bench only scored 10 points. So if your bench is only scoring 10 points and you ain't locking nobody up, because let's face it, DeAndre Jordan is old. You're not locking nobody up. Here's the problem with that, right? 10 points, not locking nobody up. They don't have enough depth in a 7-game series. Now, it's early, but I'm concerned that they might even not get to the NBA Finals. I want them there so that my Lakers could smack them around, but I'm concerned they might not. Gonna get out of the East, like the homegirl Brittany right here says, they may or may not get out the East. So that's concerning. You can't let somebody like Colin Sexton, 30-year player, come in here and just destroy you. Like, you can't let that happen. and that's exactly what happened last night. So what do you guys think about the Brooklyn Nets? I will be opening up the phone line, so if you guys want to call in, we can have that a little later on in the show. We can talk about any player, any team. But very impressive start for a young Colin Sexton, man, averaging 27 points per game. I didn't know he was that type of player. But young Bull showed up, no Bull, right? So very exciting, very exciting start. We're like, what, 16, 17 games in? My Lakers play the Milwaukee Bucks later on today, so make sure you guys tune in for pregame at 3. So I'll be right back as soon as we exit this video in a little bit. He said, Dan, Shaq says on First Take that the Nets are not going to treat the Lakers, or not going to beat the Lakers. I'm sorry. Not going to beat the Lakers. I agree. I mean, I agree. I believe that. Yeah, I believe the Nets don't have enough firepower as they stand. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if they, make another trade. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they make another trade. So we'll see what happens with that. But as of right now, as it stands, you can't give up 42 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. They even switched out Kevin Durant on young Bull, and he couldn't stop him, even with his length, with his 7 foot, whatever wingspan. It wasn't enough because they let him get hot early. So, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think, they're definitely lacking depth. Now, this is a brand new setup. So if you guys donate, let me know, because it's not showing me right now if you guys are donating or not. Just make sure you guys, put donated or whatever. It's a brand new platform I'm using right now. So I'm still getting used to it, guys. Bear with me a little bit here. He said, looking like the Nets experimenting is going to blow up in their face. It's early, Jameson. It's early. So I do want to see what happens there with the Nets. Now, the real question is, are the 76ers a lock for first place in the East? Because right now they're looking great. I don't know if you guys saw Joel Embiid continues to go off, man. He's having an MVP caliber season thus far. Now, I'm not saying he's the MVP. Y'all know I still give that to LeBron early on. But Joel Embiid's averaging 26 and 11. Ben Simmons, 12, 9, and 8, his typical, triple-double stuff. But, all I got to say is it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. I think Philly can hold off that number 1 spot. They're deeper. If Joel continues to stay healthy and play this way, I think Philly is going to be a serious contender to come out the East. But that's just me. He said, Dan, LeBron is happy because he still supports his team in his hometown. He said, looking at the Nets experimenting is – I already write that one, my bad. LeBron is happy because – don't spam it, guys. Don't spam it. Don't want to read the same ones he said. Appreciate you, Max. Thank you so much, bro. Everybody go smash the like button, please. If you guys like the new setup, let me know in the comment section. Smash the like button as well. But do you guys believe the Sixers are a lock for first, or maybe the Bucks can creep up and take that first place in the East? I don't know. He said, Dan, the Pacers are underrated team in the East. The Pacers are interesting. I definitely like their talent. They're two bigs, They're two bigs. Is it Turner? What's his name? Miles Turner, I think. Miles. Yeah. He's nice. And Sabonis is pretty special as well. They just traded for Karras, who was injured. So unfortunately, he still hasn't made his debut. However, I think, you're right. They're a sneaky team in the East. I'm rooting for, the Knicks as my second favorite team. I'm rooting for the Knicks to see if they can actually make the playoffs this year. They started off good. They've kind of, lost the last couple games, but I think that they can definitely make a run for a playoff spot. Now, in the East, who do you guys have coming out the East? I want to know your guys' prediction and see what he said. Did you know that the Cavaliers are in 6th place? Yes, I saw the standings. I'm looking at the standings right here. So in the Eastern Conference, the standings are a little different this year. We got the Sixers first place with 10 and 5, Bucks second place, Celtics third place, Pacers 4th, Nets 5th, the Cavs 6th. The Hawks are 7th, and the Knicks are barely holding on to that 8th spot. Now, remember, there's still going to be a play-in tournament between 8th and 9th seed. So that's where you want to be, like hovering around. You don't want to tank early if you're in the East, because you might have a shot to get in. So, the NBA trying to do away with all that. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see how things play out there towards the end of the season. A lot of things can change from now to then. The East is definitely not set right now. Now the West Coast, out here in the West, we got, obviously, the Clippers and the Lakers are tied for first right now. Clippers having the tiebreaker because they beat us opening night. But you got the Jazz in 3rd, which is a little surprising. I'm not going to lie. You got the Phoenix Suns in 4th, which I told you guys, I don't think they're going to be a top 14. I think by the end of the season, they'll be more like 5 through 7. Then you got the Warriors 5th. They've moved up since Draymond came back. The Trailblazers 6th. But they're going to slide a little bit because CJ just went out with a broken foot or a fractured foot. So that's unfortunate. Speedy recovery for him. You got Memphis at 7 and the Spurs at 8. With the Mavericks, the Nuggets, and the Thunder all trying to fight to move up in the standings. So that's all interesting to me, guys. But the real question, and I didn't really want to touch on this topic, but people have been asking me this. They've been DMing me, but here it is. Are the Flippers for real this time? Like, they've won 5 in a row. They're looking pretty dominant in their wins. Are they, or is it just they're currently tied with the Lakers for first place in the West? Or is it just another fluke season? I think it's a fluke. I think, obviously, they started off well. They have a good schedule. Paul George was playing out of his mind to start the season, but I definitely don't believe in the Clippers, especially come playoff time. Now, they can be a great regular season team all they want. I'm not going to buy the hype. That's for reals. Like, the Clippers, I never buy stock on the Clippers because time and time again, they've proven that they're a decent regular season team, and then they come playoff time, what happens? Right? The Reggie Miller choke symbol happens. So he said, it's hard to decide who's coming out the East. It's early, but we will definitely be covering it throughout the season. And I want to see exactly who's going to move up in the rankings and standings and stuff like that. He said, my Thunder won't be up there for long. Well, that's what they said about the Thunder last season, but for some reason they hovered around and they stayed right there, bro. So we'll see. We'll see, because the West is very competitive, and sometimes you're going to have teams losing that aren't supposed to be losing, like my Lakers the other night, who lost to the Golden State Warriors. Oh, I still can't get over that. I'm waiting for the game today to be able to get over that bitterness. He said Seth Curry is very consistent now. That was a huge improvement by the 76ers to add a bunch of shooters around Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, especially because Ben Simmons still, what is this, year 4, year 5? And he still hasn't developed a jump shot. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but way back in the day on this here very channel, we were talking about who was going to have a better career between Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram. And I said, that's easy. As flashy and nice as Ben Simmons is, I think Brandon Ingram all day, because he can face up. He can defend. He can take you off the dribble. He's an elite slasher. And, yeah, I pretty much called it a couple years. Dan, what happened to TJ Warren? He's been battling injuries all season long, Carlos, unfortunately. So, that's unfortunate. But, yeah, TJ Warren was killing it in the bubble. Matter of fact, I told you guys it was easier to play in the bubble because they were in one place and it had kind of like a summer league type feel to it. Jamal Murray hasn't been the same. Certain players haven't been killing like they did in the bubble. So I wouldn't call it a fluke, but it was definitely situational. Let's see if these guys can actually step it up later in the stretch, down the stretch of the season, and maybe pick up their play. Yeah, I was pissed. I'm not going to lie, Davis. I was definitely pissed when we lost that game. But that'll happen from time to time, man. I'm a passionate fan just like you guys, and it'll be interesting to see what happened. John, he said, do you like LaMelo Ball? I do like LaMelo Ball. I think he's very talented. I think he's somebody who can, get his buckets whenever. He's somebody who can definitely get his buckets whenever. And but he still has – here's the thing. He's 6'8". He needs to play like he's 6'8" because he's still a streaky scorer. It's not like he's a consistent scorer. But once he realizes that he can use that length to get to the basket, he can have that three-point shot at any time. I think LaMelo Ball's potential will just jump off the screen for you. Like, I think his potential is just gonna I think he's gonna, and also he has to start. His coach has to believe in him and just let him know, hey, you got the keys. You got the keys to the team. So I think he has a lot of potential to get better. The Pelicans been disappointing this year. It's tough, KO. It's extremely tough in the Western Conference. So I wouldn't say disappointing so much as, it's been a lot of competition. He said, what's going on with Danny Green? He's been on it? He's still been inconsistent. He had like one game when he dropped 29 or something like that, and people just think that all of a sudden, oh, he's shooting lights up. No, he's having more shots over there, obviously, because they don't have another elite scorer besides Joel Embiid. So obviously there's more shots to go around. Tobias Harris is the closest thing to that. We know Ben Simmons is not an elite scorer at this point of his career anymore. He's more like a big Rajon Rondo to me. He's like a 6'10" Rajon Rondo. When he was over here with when he was with the Boston Celtics, that's what he reminds me of. I mean, he averages close to a triple double. His numbers are 12, 7, and 8. So to me, he never took his game to the next level. If he would have focused on his jump shot and just being more aggressive, I think he could have definitely took his game to the next level and being more like LeBron. I really don't compare him to LeBron because LeBron can take over games when he wants. He said, Dan, did you saw the Cavs did to the Big Three Nets last night? He said, what's your thoughts on the game? I actually just gave my thoughts on it, man, earlier in the video, just to give you a rundown. I think it was very impressive. Young Bull off to a great start to the season. I think Colin Sexton is off, man. He's off and running. And it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. But, you know, the Cavs are currently in the sixth slot in the Eastern Conference, so they're overachieving early in the season. So are the Knicks, a couple other teams in the East as well. But I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, man, moving forward, because, you know, what's going to happen with Brooklyn? Who's going to take all the shots? Kyrie had the most shots that game, and it didn't work out. So we'll see what happens there. 12-year-old student, what's up, bro? He says, sub DTLF, just want to say, as a humble Knicks fan, I love your channel and I root for y'all. When you don't play my Knicks, I hope Davis and LeBron play tougher today against the Bucks. My respect. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. And yeah, we'll see what happens. The Knicks are playing pretty good this season. Let's see if they can keep it up, though. We need some consistency from the New York Knicks, man. If that happens, I think you guys have a good shot at, you know, maybe fighting for that 8th and 9th. Hey, what's up? What's up? Kobe Forever said, me and my girlfriend are getting the new COVID vaccine today, Dan. Good luck, brother. I wish you the best, man. I wish you nothing but the best. Keep me posted. Keep me updated. Let me know how that happens, brother. Dan, did you hear about this? About those ceiling clouds? He said, I heard they were doing bad, and some people have almost even burned their house down. Absolutely not, man. The ceiling cloud I installed, the lights are non-flammable, and on top of that, you kind of have to keep it away from the main light. So yeah, no. Nice try. I don't know what you heard, Omar, though. I don't know, man. You sound like you trolling. He said the Cavs are the worst team on offense. And they put up 147 on the Brooklyn Nets, so I wouldn't even go that far at all. He said, Dan, the Bucks are tougher with that Drew Holiday addition. He said our Lakers need to come out stronger. Yes, this officially should be the test we pass because we failed early in the season as far as the Lakers go. But I'm going to keep some of that talk for pregame, man. Make sure you tune back in at 3 Pacific time because the game starts at 4:30. So I'll be back on at 3 to talk more pregame between the Bucks and the Lakers. He said, it's my second time watching on your live on your channel. Hey, welcome, Alexander. Make sure you smash the sub button, man. We're going to have a lot of basketball content on this here very channel. And like I said, I just purchased a brand new setup. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing reaction videos to highlights and stuff with you guys live and all that good stuff, man. Which team are you worried about, the Nets or the Clippers? LOL. Well, we have to take care of the Western Conference first. But am I worried about the Clippers? No, because for some reason – the curse is real. They continue to choke in the playoffs year after year. Are they talented? Sure. They upgraded at center, which is something that I thought was lacking last year. And that's why I thought they had no chance. This year they upgraded. They got themselves Serge Ibaka, you know. So they're a little bit better defensively and offensively in the paint. However, they still don't have a good point guard. And we still have the better 2 players in a 7-game series. We will take them out. No doubt about that. But we still have to worry about the Western Conference. You don't want to overlook any opponents and then not make it to the East, you know, to face whoever's there, whether it be Brooklyn, the 76ers, the Milwaukee Bucks, or maybe even the Heat sneak up again. I don't know. He said, as far as I can tell, it looks like the Lakers been coasting all season. Hope they're up for the incoming Milwaukee garbage tonight. We'll see what happens, brother. We'll see what happens. The thing the Lakers have to do is they have to stop complaining about the calls. We didn't get the calls last game, but we need to make sure that we continue to play through the whistle because that's how playoff basketball is. A lot of the times you don't get the calls. So, you know, it is what it is. He said, Nets won't win the chip. They can be the best offense, but they don't have any defenders or any depth. I agree with that 100%. I don't think they get the championship this year. I haven't been wrong in years as far as my prediction goes, but yeah, I don't see them at all getting in the championship. Matter of fact, they have to worry about coming out of the East because if they disrespect their opponent and just think that James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant are going to ISO ball their way all the way to the finals, they got another thing coming to them. You know, they got to work on their chemistry. Their pecking order needs to be established. It needs to be KD and then either James Harden or Kyrie. It can't be Kyrie first. As far as talent goes, KD is a 7-footer basically who can put the ball in the basket from anywhere on the court. So yeah. He says Skip Bayless annoys me, but Shannon Sharp is the GOAT. That's an interesting show. I do get annoyed now by Skip. He didn't used to annoy me. I don't know what happened to Skip Bayless, man. He just flipped. But it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward. Now, back to the topic of conversation, guys. Make sure that you guys, if you guys want to make a phone call right now, here's the number to dial. I'm going to try this brand new app. I'm not sure how effective it is, but maybe you guys can call in and see what topic you guys want to touch on. I will take a couple calls. If it's successful, I will continue the calls. If it's not successful, then I will focus on the comments. But this is a brand new segment called Around the League. Make sure if you guys aren't Laker fans or are Laker fans, regardless, you guys smash the like button, subscribe, and keep it locked right here for all things basketball. Mainly a Lakers channel, though. I will tell you, I do pre and post game, but I will be stepping out and just covering different little things, especially when there's great games like the one that we just witnessed yesterday between the Cavs and the Nets. If you guys want to talk about that, make sure you call the number right there on the screen. It's 909-285-1385, and we'll take a couple phone calls, see how that goes. He said, Dan, off topic, but the Rams, we need to get rid of Jared Goff. Absolutely. That's overdue, man. He's been with the team long enough to know that if you don't make an impact in the playoffs, we just can't keep you. You could be a great regular season quarterback, but seriously, if you can't make an impact, like we need you to step up, especially because we have one of the best defenses, if not the best in the NFL. And all you had to do was, stand in the pocket and deliver. Now, I get it. Our offensive line wasn't as great as it was the time we went to the Super Bowl. But still, regardless, it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward, man, with Jared Goff. You're right. Yeah, my brother told me the same thing. Goff is pretty trash right now. We'll see what happens there. He said, I don't know why the Rams are still trying to keep him around. They should just let him go. We'll see. He said, Dan, you should download the app called Discord, and it would be easier for you to pull people up. Well, yeah, I mean, right now I'm trying this app called Burner. It's like a side phone, right? Obviously, I don't want to give out my real number, but you guys can definitely call the number on the screen. If you guys do want to chat, we'll see how that goes. Again, it's not something I plan on leaving on the show, but it's definitely something I'm considering because I do like to converse with people a little bit more than just read comments, because you can go back and forth with a person. You can debate with a person over conversation. So who's going to the Super Bowl in your opinion? I have no idea, man. To be honest with you, man, I just hope that Tom Brady doesn't, because I am not a fan, man. This man gets lucky every single time. Every single time, this man gets lucky with everything. And it's ridiculous how this man, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but the luck of the Irish, man. I don't know how he gets to the Super Bowl almost every dang year, and I'm sick of it. He said the Lakers led up in the fourth quarter against the Warriors, and it's unfortunate. Hopefully today they have a much better showing, because we can't afford to play the way we did in the second half again. But again, make sure you guys tune in a little bit later. Looks like nobody wanted to call right now, so that's fine. Make sure you guys tune in a little bit later for the pregame. I definitely want to cover that Bucks-Lakers game, man. A lot to cover. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys do smash the like button and also subscribe if you already haven't. Like I said, a lot of videos, a lot of content coming up now that this is my full-time job. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That's going to wrap it up for me for now, but I'll be right back at 3 Pacific time to talk Lakers versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Peace out, guys.